no doubt, no doubt, no doubt, no doubt. We're my most beautiful queens in the house. We're my most beautiful queens in the house.
Hey everybody, it's your girl Jamila. Welcome to the Queen's Address. Welcome into the Queendom. Today is a very, very special day, and I'm so excited to introduce special guests who are the power and force of the Ohio Black Expo. Butch and Sherri Hamilton are in the building. How y'all doing today?
Doing all right. Doing all right. Thank you for having us.
Thank you for being here. I understand how busy y'all are. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart, for being here today. And so I want to get right on into it because the expo's coming up very soon.
Let's do it.
Yes,
and the whole city is buzzing about this expo. And so how did the expo first get started?
So our founder, Rhonda D. Robinson, when she was a young woman, she went to Ohio State, and shortly thereafter, the organizers of the Columbus Black Convention, this was late 70s, I believe, asked her to organize some vendors for the event. She had like 3 weeks. So she just literally went door to door, meeting with Black businesses and saying, hey, come participate. The response at the convention was so great. And from both the consumers and the businesses, she said this needs to happen more often. And so she decided to start the Columbus Black Expo. And it used to take place at Mount Vernon Plaza, which, of course, was a center, a hub of our community back then. And so in 1980, she started the Columbus Black Expo, and it ended up becoming the Ohio Black Expo. It just grew and grew and grew, and she noticed people were coming from all over.
Cleveland, Cincinnati, all over the state.
Yeah, and so at its peak here downtown, when she moved it downtown to the Vets, which we used to call it the Vets, that was our convention center before we had a convention center, right?
Right.
She had over 250 exhibitors and about 30,000 tickets sold on average those last few years. And then it just went inactive, quite honestly. Life was life, and she, she was still working full time trying to do this. And now that we're doing it, we understand how, first of all, how did you do that?
It's amazing what she was doing.
With no internet and no cell phones and no social media and all these things. It was incredible. So she asked us to help bring it back. She approached us both at some community events we used to have, and she said, I'm Rhonda D. Robinson, founder of the Ohio Black Expo, and you're the ones that are gonna help me bring it back. And we were kind of like,
so y'all were chosen.
I mean, she kind of said, we was like,
y'all didn't choose this life. This life chose y'all.
It did.
Yeah, but everything that we have been doing prior to that had led to this moment.
Yeah, it really did.
Because we were doing a lot of other community events and activities, just trying to support our people and just empower the community.
Yeah.
And I think she saw that. So in 2020.
Yeah, in 2020.
That's when we,
2019, we had everything lined up. We had the city permit, all the things that you need.
So y'all picked up the torch in 2019.
Well, we picked up the torch years before that.
Before that?
Probably
Okay.
about 2017 is when we really got active with making it happen. But in 2019, we were ready to go to bring it back in May of 2020, and that's when COVID hit.
Oh,
so
we had to go virtual for a couple of years. So then 2022 is when we actually had the festival, Riverfront Culture Fest downtown Genoa Park, and 2023 was the second year, and then this will be our third year back. Coming up,
yeah. So
Wow.
there's a lot of rich history.
Shout out to
standing on her shoulders.
Yeah, shout out to Rhonda D. Robinson, Mama Rhonda. Much respect. We stand on the shoulders of those who came before, for sure.
And we, she, much like us, like we're really motivated by helping our people.
Absolutely.
There's literally nothing else that makes us want to make the sacrifice that we've been making for all of these years. it's for our people. It's
Right.
not for us.
Right.
You know, we're at this point, we're volunteers, quite honestly.
Right.
But we do it with all of our being. Like, and I think it's a good thing. Let's talk about, we were talking about Black love earlier. Let's talk about the Black couple thing. So we're doing this, right? And we're both equally passionate about it. So that's a good thing, I think.
It's a labor
because
of
if
love.
one of us was this passionate and the other one wasn't, I think
It
we
would-
have
it
some
wouldn't work.
problems.
It
It
wouldn't
won't
work. It wouldn't work.
Yeah.
But because
But-
we both
No
feel this passionate about it, we don't really take time off.
Yeah,
'cause our-
Sometimes we gotta check each other and be like, "Hey, it's time to go to bed."
right.
Yeah.
You know, it's-
Yeah.
And sometimes, no, most of the
4
time,
o'clock in the morning.
most of the time, especially this time of year, date night is literally we
Working on-
instead
we
of
in the
working
living
at
room. We in the
instead of
living-
working
we in
at
the
our
living
desk.
room. Oh,
Let's
yeah.
we gonna be in the living room
Oh, yeah, that's
with
a
a
good date
fireplace
night right
lit,
there.
you know,
Yeah.
and some good
With some
music
takeout.
playing. That's
Yeah,
date night,
yeah.
but we
Right,
working.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yep, for sure.
And that's
for sure.
date night because there's
That's
so
date night.
much to
There's so
organize.
It's a lot of moving parts.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot. You know,
But that
some people
speaks
understand,
to the
but
commitment, though,
yeah.
that y'all have to one another and the expo.
Yeah, and it's important to put or bring out a positive, well-oiled event. It has to be tight.
Right.
You know, you don't want to. Yeah, it just has to be thorough.
It has to be
You
thorough.
know, sometimes you only get one chance to really bring people in.
Exactly.
And our goal really is to connect, you know, unite our people statewide, coming together for a positive purpose.
Right.
You know, Rhonda's motivation originally was obviously to amplify and support Black-owned businesses, right? So that's
And that
our
purpose
foundation
continues.
as well.
Yes.
And, you know, as a nonprofit, our mission is to improve quality of life for Black folks in Ohio. So that gives us a great broad umbrella to do a lot of things,
Yeah.
touch on different aspects of who we are and different areas that we see that we can help.
Yeah. We
and
had
that's our
over,
goal.
as far as the businesses, we had over 100 Black-owned businesses last year. Wow. And we're looking to do the same thing this year. And you know, we want people, we want to amplify those businesses, and we want black folks in particular, but anybody to, you know, understand we need to support those
sir.
businesses, because those businesses end up creating jobs
Yes,
and
sir.
other opportunities for our community.
And speaking on that, we're having a
Maggie.
really, really special guest that we're excited. There are a lot of great special guests that we have, but Maggie Anderson, I don't know if you're familiar with her. She wrote a book some years ago called Our Black Year.
Right.
So she's a Harvard Law grad.
Out of Chicago.
Out of Chicago.
Chicago.
She often talks about how she studied under Barack Obama when he was at Harvard. Her husband is a Harvard business grad.
Wow.
So the Harvard Business Review did a study on families with a household income, annual income of $75,000 or more. We tend to spend only 3 to 5% of our money with Black-owned businesses. Ridiculous.
Yeah.
If we were to increase that.
So just think about the stat though.
Right. No, I'm letting it sink in.
Yeah.
Like,
So that means 97% of our money's going elsewhere.
out of the community.
Okay.
The analogy
So-
is if Butch was, let's say he
Yeah,
makes
she likes to use
1,000.
this example.
No,
Go
because it
ahead.
puts it in
Go ahead.
perspective.
Yeah, go ahead.
If he makes $1,000 a week, right, and I'm a stay-at-home mom, and he gets his paycheck every Friday, and he comes home, here, baby, here's your $30. Or if we go with the 5%, here's your $50. With that, I need you to pay the mortgage, get the groceries, make sure the kids have what they need, pay all the utilities.
That 3%.
And I'm gonna take this $950 and I'm gonna spread it everywhere
Give it to
else.
everybody
Well,
else.
can our household survive on that,
Can't
let
survive.
alone thrive?
But
Yeah.
But that's what we're
that's what
doing
doing.
to the Black community. How
Black economics.
there's it's so simple.
So tell, I mean, the
it's
stat,
so simple.
tell them the stat, if we raise our spending from 3% to just 10%.
Yeah, it would
We're
create
not
a
even saying
million jobs.
50%, but just the 10%.
Come
it would,
on, Umar.
It would
Create
do
a
what?
million
Look,
jobs.
You talking about Umar?
Come on,
Yeah.
Umar.
Hey, that's my hey. He be He be spitting
Peace
some
and
stuff.
prayer.
Hey,
Africanism.
truth is
Peace
truth.
and prayer.
hey, truth is truth.
But it's real. But it's the
Yeah.
truth. I read about exactly what you guys are talking about
Yeah.
in Black Economics by Juanza Kunjufu.
Yes.
Hey.
Yes.
And when I read that, it actually made me well up because, I had my salon for 9 years.
Okay.
And so I was hyper vigilant about having Black hair care products.
Right.
Black
Right.
Sister Brandy used to come through with the cinnamon rolls on Saturdays. Brother Joe
Yes.
would come through with the bean pies.
Yes.
I'm like,
Yeah,
listen,
yeah.
Saturday, that's when most of the clients are here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bring them up here so we can keep at least $1 in the community for
Yes.
at least 24 hours.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
so
yeah.
I was almost obsessed with the idea
Right. Right.
until, COVID, like, when you said COVID hit, like,
Yeah.
that's when, everybody's like, okay, well, we're scared to get sick. We can't spend money. Money's tight.
Yeah.
Whatever. But it's serious business. It's serious
Yeah.
business, and we know about our spending power.
We do spend.
We know about our spending power.
We spend money we
Hair
don't
care
have.
products, Air Jordans.
Yes. All of
So
that.
why not bring that spending to the
So,
Black
That's it.
excellence?
That's
Yeah.
it.
And then we
Extravaganza.
know we can't be out there talking all this stuff if we're not doing it ourselves.
Come
Yeah.
on now.
So I mean, we over the years we have a Black-owned laundry detergent.
We've been
Laundry
using True
detergent.
Laundry since almost when they first started.
Black-owned toilet paper.
Yeah.
I mean, because a lot of
Right
times
here
people
in Columbus,
say
Leafy.
Leafy. It's
If you don't
called
know about Leafy,
but a lot of times our people, a lot of our people believe we don't have anything.
we do.
But we do have a lot. There's a lot of businesses out there
Yeah.
producing,
Quality.
high quality products.
And my thing is, don't take that time to say we don't have everything, but Arthur Ashe said, wait, hold on, let me get this right.
What do you say? What do
Take
you
your
say?
time.
Start
sis.
where you are.
All right.
Okay.
Use what you have. Do what you can.
Okay.
I think that's right.
Something like that.
Somebody look it up.
Something like
But
that.
anyway, the point is, we may not own and control every industry right now.
Right.
But do what you can.
Because a lot
we
of
got
times,
the
a lot of times
black-owned
people will
laundry
focus on what we
detergent,
don't have.
Yeah, focus
but
on what we do.
There's a Black-owned car dealership in outside Dayton. It's called Bob Ross. Long time car dealership. And I mean, we do have.
If you're in Columbus, you can drive 45 minutes to get a car. Come on.
Right. No,
our next car is coming from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's doable without
It's doable.
excuses.
Yes.
And so you guys have been organizing this incredible event for years. Can you guys describe a situation or when you were in a space where you had to handle a high pressure event and ensure flawless execution? How did y'all manage something like that? Who's
Prayer.
the one prayer?
Just, I mean,
Well, I mean, quite honestly,
It's all high pressure. I mean,
it's all high pressure,
Yeah,
but
it's-
we're blessed to
'Cause there's
kind
so
of
many
bounce off of each other
vendors
really
and-
well.
Yeah.
And we have a really, really great team. So shout out to everybody who helps
sure.
us.
Shout out to
sure.
them.
Because a lot of times I'm very visible because I'm the one that has to go on television and radio and all that. A lot of people are asking me, "Are you the only one?" That's ridiculous. There's
can't
no
be.
way I could do this by
You got
myself.
a
So
platoon
I
behind.
yes, and I just explained what date night looks like. So, we work on this together constantly, but we also have a great team of volunteers, our advisory board, our executive board, and just even the other Black businesses that we work with. So we contract with as many Black businesses as we can. We're still trying to fill holes in spaces that we don't know of a Black owned tent rental company right now. So we get our tents and our tables and chairs, it's not from a Black company, but as much as we can, that's what we do. So, but we really work together with our core team, and we're lucky to have people in different areas. Like, we have an attorney on our advisory board, we have, so we, and with all, with that too, our professional services, our attorney, our accountant, all those are our Black folks that we can pull on. But it really is one of those things where we just kind of look each other in the eye. Okay, this is what's up.
it's time
What
to
we
go.
gonna do?
It's time
Your
to go.
turn.
It's time to
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
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 We a
And
lot
so-
of high pressure moments. Last year, we didn't have a chance to really enjoy the KRS-One concert.
At all.
Because we were dealing with a high pressure situation where one of our vendors had passed out.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So we had to leave and we want to make sure
Medical
everybody's taken care of.
Yeah.
So yeah, we missed KRS.
Shout out to the black nurses, Columbus Black Nurses Association.
Yep.
They hold us down. They are incredible, and they're right there, to help people when they need it, and we really appreciate that.
That's awesome. I'm glad they could cover down. And so you all are hyper vigilant about showcasing black business. Okay. And also black artists. So could you guys talk a little bit about why this is a priority for you all?
I mean, it's kind of like what we said before. A lot of people aren't aware of some of the businesses that are out there. And this expo gives them the platform to kind of showcase, what they have.
I mean, the thing is, even with, we talked earlier about how Rhonda didn't have the internet, social media, and all these things. We do have all these amazing tools. I mean, look at this podcast, right? Years ago, you couldn't just have a podcast. If you wanted to get the masses, you had to be on television or radio, and that, the doorway, the pathway to that was narrow. So we do have this now, but now look at the algorithms.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean. So now you have to boost. You have to, shadow ban.
Yeah, y'all seen some stuff.
Yeah.
Our IG and I mean, we'll put out a post and it'll get like 1 or 2 likes. And that's not by accident.
No, not at all. Because the one before that'll have like 1,000. So
you put out some foolishness, it's going to get a lot of traction.
Yeah.
But if you're talking about some
real stuff,
something that's going to unify our community, empower us.
Like I refuse to conform. Like I'm not gonna put out a fight video and say, okay, check my last post. And
right.
I'm gonna put out what I'm be intentional about what I put out because it shouldn't be like that.
Right.
Absolutely.
We talked a little bit about off camera a little bit about what should and shouldn't be.
Yeah.
But we also kind of have a understanding of why.
Yeah, but you know what? It also speaks to the fact that we need to create our own.
Come on now, Butch.
We can't depend upon others to tell our stories.
Yeah.
And so,
keep it real.
We have to do that.
And 96% of Black-owned businesses are solopreneurs. Okay, so that means you're the receptionist, the accountant, the salesperson.
Yes.
Like it's a lot. 96%. So we are creative people by nature, right? So we have this idea, you know what? I'm about to do this, right? And you get everything lined up and you work hard and you're excited and you get your product out there or your service, whatever it is. And then you realize this is hard. You may even get to the point where you say, okay, I can leave my 9 to 5. But then, because you're wearing so many different hats, it's exhausting. And then we're not able to get access to capital at the rate of other communities. So now you're trying to do this on a shoestring budget and you get to that point where you're ready to grow and you want to grow, but you don't have the resources to bring on more,
and that's another part of the expo though, trying to bring people together to network. So that collaboration,
partnerships, and
makes us stronger, man. Makes us stronger.
We have to get out of that.
We have to support
crabs in a barrel
so
mentality.
Just yesterday, we were supporting a major black event here in the city called the Classic for Columbus. So sometimes people look at other events as their competitors. We don't see it like that. We want to see everybody win.
Absolutely.
Everybody.
And there's a movement right now for a lot of us who are large scale black event, the organizers, for us to work together. So we're working on that. We're building that foundation and we're really excited about where that's going to go. But, we have to really support each other. Again, we spend a lot of money. We have to, spend it with each other. We have what we need inside of our community to turn things around. Like we just said, if you just increase what you spend just a little bit, it creates 1 million jobs. And if we really increase it, if we say, okay, we're going to spend 25% of our income with black businesses, that's millions of jobs. That's generational wealth that we're creating, and look at all of the things that could turn around for our community, just changing a little bit at home.
Absolutely. We have the power to. And so I had the privilege of having a vendor's booth at the Ohio Black Expo.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
check it out. And so I have to talk about what I'd seen in the booth where I was. Okay, I have to talk about Unity for just a second because I saw African American business, but I also saw. We talked a little bit off of camera about the sister with the jollof rice, the Nigerian jollof rice, and family from Haiti. Jamaica was in the building.
Yeah.
Bahamas was in the building. And so it made me feel happy.
Brazil was in Brazil was in the house.
Yeah. Exactly. It made me so happy that you all understand the importance of uniting everyone from the diaspora. And so this is what I would probably say a predominantly African American space. The expo is in my mind. And so in these spaces, can we talk about why uniting the diasporic family is so important to you guys?
Because together we're stronger.
Come on.
I mean,
it's as simple as that.
That's it. That's it. I mean, even with Columbus has a large Somali population.
It does.
Second largest in the nation.
Yes, Ethiopian too.
Ethiopian.
Yeah.
Brothers from Ghana and Senegal. I mean, it's large, but we can't separate ourselves. We need to just come together and just work together. We're actually bringing us a Somali artist. It's a girl.
There's
duo.
Sisters that are the first female Somali group or first female Somali artists to ever be signed to a major label.
They're from Mogadishu, but they live in Toronto, and they have family here in Columbus, but they've never performed here.
Wow.
So we saw them on IG
Instagram.
and
We didn't even know they had Columbus ties, but they were
right.
we
So
just said, hey, they're dope. We should bring them.
Been here too, right?
Rotimi, he's Nigerian.
Yeah. I mean, he also did a thing on Power.
But
a lot of people didn't.
That was intentional, though. I mean, we intentional.
Yeah.
All the artists you see, we don't take lightly who we select.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And we're not just gonna say. We're not just gonna say.
Yeah, we aim high.
We'll just bring
we aim high. Like Esperanza Spalding. Hey,
yes.
For those who know her, they know.
Yeah.
She's the truth.
Remi.
For sure, if you know, you know.
Prince.
I mean, you say Prince.
Yeah, I think she worked with Prince too, right?
You talking about Sheila E?
Yeah. Well, I thought Esperanza did some work with Prince.
I think she
did.
Yeah, I think she did.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, way back in the day.
Yeah. So everybody that we bring, it's like he has this thing that he does with paint swatches. I always joke about that.
No, let's hear it.
No, me seriously.
So you want to hear something funny?
No, look. When we
okay,
went
that's a funny story, right?
Okay.
Come on,
When we went to repaint our house on the inside.
Oh my gosh. Yo.
He like, why y'all?
It's all good.
No, okay.
I mean, it's all good. It is what it is.
So we're at Lowe's or whatever.
Yeah.
We get all the paint swatches. We literally came home with like
about
100.
50.
No,
about
it had
50.
to be 100.
Hey man, look,
Paint
you gotta get the right color.
Right.
This is why I love this
over.
brother. Listen, so we have all the paint swatches.
Okay.
Some of them are similar in color.
Yeah.
So you got the beige and then the darker beige and then the other version of beige and then the different colors of red and gold and all that.
Yeah.
You know what makes the decision?
It matters. It matters.
Tell what it is.
The name.
The name.
The name of the paint. Hey, it matters.
So it can't say sand.
It gotta be.
It has
Ethiopia.
to resonate. You know what I mean? It has to resonate with your spirit. The name of the but seriously, that's how we look at the artists.
Yeah.
So we look at the artists. There are a
Yeah.
lot of great,
Maroon.
amazing, talented artists out there. But we really spend all year. We're even thinking as soon as this wraps in May, we're already going to be thinking, okay.
Next year.
Yeah,
And
it's
when
a
we narrow
year-long
it
thing.
down, a lot of it is based not only on their talent and their ability. Obviously, we want to bring great talent.
Right.
I'm a musician. We're fans of music, but we also look at who they are as a person.
For sure.
We definitely look at what they're talking about.
For sure.
Because you can't just. I don't care how popular
Lyrics,
your song
message,
is.
all
I
that
don't care
stuff
how
matters.
dope your beat is, but.
Yeah.
So you guys, when you guys select someone, so you guys are intentional about being in alignment what the type of guests you'd like to bring.
100%.
And what the type of vendors you like to select.
Yeah.
I think it's
Absolutely.
important to be selective though.
Yeah.
Because it's it's how you represent your brand and what you're about too.
Yes.
And you want to attract other people that have the same values.
And trying to set the tone, right?
Yeah. Right.
So one of the things that people always say when they come is it's like a love fest.
Yeah.
I mean, this is great. It's like a family reunion.
I love it out
like a little
there.
reunion.
Yeah, because we are setting that tone of we're just here to have a good
Kinda like
time.
a
We're here to
homecoming
celebrate who
homecoming
we are.
vibe, you know.
Right.
Yeah, we want everybody to feel love, to feel positivity, to feel great about who we are.
Absolutely.
That's one of the things I love about traveling outside of the country is when you go to the Caribbean, when you go to Africa, you just feel free because you're just who you are. You know, you don't have to worry about watching your back in the same, you know what I mean? I don't know how to describe it. But
Safe spaces.
anyway, I feel that way about what we've created with the Riverfront Culture Fest. And when you come in those gates, you almost feel like you're in a different place.
You're in a
even
safe space.
feel-
And literally safe because, I mean, I don't want to.
Y'all had the brothers
But
out there
we had
securing the spot.
3 layers of security.
Shout out to
FOI,
FOI, yeah.
holding it down.
Yeah.
Range Security, black-owned security firm holding it down.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It was even Columbus Police Department.
Yeah.
brothers,
that-
brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys were like, it's a literal safe space.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like where you can be yourself, but nobody's coming up here with no foolishness with a
Right.
gun and
Right.
Yeah.
We're not
Pookie
trying
and
to
Ray
have-
Ray
Yeah.
are not welcome
No.
in this
Yeah.
space. Now,
No.
if they want to enjoy the festivities, they're going to have to take their stuff home.
Yep.
Or throw
Leave
it in
it at
the
home.
trash
Leave
and
it at
grow
home.
up.
Yeah.
And we're kicking off this year. We had it last year too with a parade, and the parade is just kind of like to celebrate our own. You know what I'm saying? So last year we celebrated Afrocentric girls who won the state championship.
Shout out to
Yeah.
African
All right.
girls.
Shout out to Afrocentric Lady Noodles.
Now they won again, so that's 9. They got the record.
Wow, killing them.
All-time state of Ohio. So we're going to honor them again. And
We have other
we'll have
youth.
organizations. Some HBCU alumni groups are going to be present. Divine Nine organizations are going to be present.
Shout out to the D9.
Yeah, people from different.
Yeah.
But we want everybody to see the expo as a place of their own.
But we also have, of course, with the parade, youth groups.
Group,
we
yep.
have marching bands and dance teams and
Yep.
drum
that.
lines.
Yep. Drumline. Yeah. All that.
Yeah, the drum
Yeah.
line
All
is
that.
always cool.
Mm-hmm.
How has it grown since when you first started out?
Yeah, I mean the first year, I think our goal was 50 vendors or something like that. No, 50 to 100, somewhere in
about
there.
75 or so.
Last year, we had, so first of all, both years we've had more than 300, closer to 400 applications each year. And we have to narrow that down because we don't have space for that. We want to continue to grow,
But we don't
in
want
the
to grow
area.
too fast. We want to make sure what we have is tight, super tight before we expand.
Of course.
But we were
Yeah,
getting so
yeah.
much push from the vendors last year, like, please let me come. We said, okay, we're going to figure this out. So we opened up that new segment that
Okay.
leads down towards
West Bank Park
towards
kinda
the
area.
Main Street Bridge so we can add more spaces. So
We had people from 33 states last year.
Oh, wow.
yeah,
So
as
it
far
wasn't,
as
it wasn't just
the
it
ticket
wasn't
buyers.
just actual ticket buyers.
Yeah.
Yeah, from 33 states. So
And
Wow,
if
that's
you
impressive.
see, he has we have a post. He did a post maybe a month ago, a couple weeks ago,
I did another
about
one. Yeah,
where the
top-
top 10 cities, like where
so like
people
right
are
now,
coming from.
right now we got a lot of folks coming down from Chicago.
Yeah.
Chicago
Wow.
and New York.
Yeah, Chicago and New
reaching.
York are in the top 10
so
list. So
Columbus
Right.
is first, of course, but Cleveland's second, and I think
Cleveland, shout out to
Yeah.
Cleveland.
Shout out
really.
to Cleveland.
Cleveland been
they
coming strong
represent.
since
They
year
show up.
one.
Dayton and
I mean,
Cincinnati,
seriously.
come on now.
They better hurry up.
most of my family's from Cincinnati area.
Right.
Yeah. No, that's
But-
dope though. It's growing outside of the state.
Yeah.
So that's huge.
Mm-hmm.
Like what a success. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it's only up from here.
Yeah. What's wild too, though, is somehow we're getting the word out in those spaces and people hear it and they're like, oh, yeah, I'm coming. Here in Columbus, we're still running into people who have no idea that it's taking place. And I think part of that is due to the fact that we're so fragmented here. When I was growing up, I'm from, I was born and raised here, and we had we were all connected. You know,
Franklin Park was the spot, right?
Franklin Park was when, hey man, we used to stroll through Franklin Park. That was the place to be. It was,
See, about to go back
I'm
into
so
it.
nostalgic about Franklin
days.
Park. We don't own it anymore.
Yeah.
But even I'm talking years before Juneteenth. Shout out to Mustafa and Juneteenth.
Yeah, for sure.
In Franklin Park, but we used to just go there on the weekends, and cars would just be, you would just roll through there real slow in your car, you know. Everybody would be sitting on their cars. It was peaceful. It was a good time. But anyway, between Franklin Park, East High School, Mount Vernon Plaza, once it was built, you know, we were all connected, and we had like the call and post. We don't have any way to get the word out to the masses, because even if you're on radio, everybody doesn't listen to the radio anymore. Everybody doesn't watch TV or the news anymore.
Yeah.
You know,
they'll watch Netflix.
Yeah. And we already talked about the algorithms.
Yeah.
So, you know, anyway, everybody who's listening to this podcast, please tell everybody, let your friends know. It really is for everyone.
Spread the word.
There are tickets, okay? It's a ticketed event, and that's intentional as well.
Absolutely.
We want to be independent. We want this organization to not be so reliant upon sponsorships and donations that we can't operate. So we're trying to set that foundation, and so we're asking everyone to buy a ticket that helps support not only what we're doing at the Riverfront Culture Fest, but with our programs, our youth programs and other community programs year round. And we also have been blessing other community programs that work with us.
Okay.
So we, you know, children 10 and under are free, but we're asking everyone, you know, don't get upset and say, well, there's other events down there that are free. Why do we have to pay for this? Do you see the lineup we bring in?
Listen.
Tell me what concert you can go to.
All week for
$20.
Can we name them?
Because I was getting ready to get into this. Like, he know what I think you're telekinetic, brother.
We already said Esperanza Spalding, right?
Saturday night. No, that's Sunday night.
Yeah, well, go ahead and go
I got
with
the
Saturday.
schedule here, everybody. If you want to know,
go with Saturday. Go
we
with
don't
Saturday.
get into the schedule, Butch.
Go with Saturday.
No, Saturday night.
Yeah.
Saturday night.
You got X Clan, Brother Jay.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have Brand Nubian with Sadat X, Lord Jamal, and Grand Pooba.
Yep.
Come on, man. That's enough right there.
Yeah.
That's enough right there.
Yeah.
But then you have A. Marie.
Yes.
A. Marie, you know, she's yeah. And then we're bringing a young artist, young brother. We really feel he's going to blow up.
Yeah.
We feel like we're getting him, you know, at a
Before
good
it
time.
gets going.
A good time.
Yeah.
His name is AJ McQueen. He's out of St. Louis, now in Houston, Texas.
He's from St. Louis, but lives in Houston now.
Yes.
Yeah. And then you go into Sunday, you got Dwelle and Esperanza.
Gotta love him.
So now, on top of that, we do have a lot of local, you know, talent that's going to be performing throughout the day.
That's what I just saw on the schedule. Because
We have brother Issa Ali is coming.
Yeah, shout out to Yellowstone. You know that's my guy. Shout out to Issa Ali.
I
That's
saw the
my
interview
brother,
too.
man.
Yeah.
I just talked to him last week. He's excited.
Hey, that Ohio anthem is hot.
Listen, and he got more heat for you. Okay, and so it looks like he's on a schedule for Saturday evening.
Yep,
With
sure.
Pharaoh also.
Yeah,
that's
Mixed
the
Master
Somali
Ice.
group we
Brother
mentioned.
That's
shout out to Jay Ross.
Shout out to Jay
Shout out to Jay
Ross.
Ross, Mixed Master Ice, man.
At all times.
Good
These brothers,
man. I mean, just
they mean
They
so
love the
much
culture
to
just
us.
as much as
Yes.
we do.
Yeah,
Yes,
they mean
yes.
so much to us. They really do.
Yeah. So it's going down.
Yeah.
And I wanted to talk about too, like it's a lot of local artists that you guys have on the lineup. Can you guys talk a little bit about why it's so important to give the exposure, you know, to these local artists that I see? Because this is quite the lineup too here.
Yeah, it's one of those things where
Y'all care. Y'all really care.
we do.
Yeah.
We do. I mean, the word exposition means to expose. That's what it's all about.
Right.
So, you know, that's what we endeavor to do.
Yeah.
And, you know, my mother was a pianist. She was
Shout out to moms.
immensely talented. She actually played at Carnegie Hall when she was 5 years old. She played there
Prodigy.
3 times, I
Yeah,
think,
she
but the
was-
first
yeah.
time she was 5. And so You know, and I come from a musical family. I'm a musician myself, so I understand what it means to be an artist, and especially if you're trying to make a living with that. You know, a lot of people do it on the side, but we have a lot of great, talented artists that really have a love for their craft and just need, you know, extra exposure. It's becoming really challenging for us, though. Right now, we just have one stage. We endeavor to add more stages over time because we're at the point now where, again, we get so many people that want to perform and we just don't have the space. We hope people will be patient. We don't want to, you know, make people feel excluded. We literally just don't have time.
One of the local talents, Chosan. Susan Bradford, West African Dance Group. They're going to be performing along with Urban Strings.
Whoa!
And they're going to be doing
a collaboration.
Major.
Yeah. So you're going to have the strings with the African drum. And it's going to be incredible.
I know that's going to be an incredible experience.
Yeah, we're excited. That's on Sunday.
Man.
Saturday we have Baba West and Allende and Mama West.
Yes.
You know. Yeah,
and
they're going to bring it in, right?
Yeah. I see here too on the schedule line dancing.
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
The line dancer. Line dancing community.
Last year we had a group out of Cleveland came down.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And they set it on fire, and then they're going to collaborate with the Columbus group this year.
Yeah.
So it's it's about
it's
unity.
To be crazy.
Because
you know those line dancers get a little rowdy.
They do.
You know, you see them out there throwing their head up and hitting the ground, and I'm like, okay, 2 tops, 2 hops. I'm like, all right.
They into it.
Slide to the left. I'm like, all right now. Come on, let's go. Well, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Because it's so exciting. Yeah. And I wanted to switch gears a little bit too, though. I want to ask a little bit. I want the audience to get to know you two as a couple. I want to shift gears and go into a black
love right here.
Before you shift gears, I don't want to forget to mention something. So we talked about the diaspora. One of the things we're doing this year is we've got our HBCU D9 alumni zone, right? Okay. We have our college fair that's taking place on the heels of the parade. So that'll be, I think, 1:30 to 3:30. We have a college fair.
A college fair.
Yes.
HBCU.
And we
got to have the youth out there for that.
We got to have the youth out there.
We have to buy a ticket for their young ones.
Yes, exactly. Well, we have a youth summit on Thursday evening. The 23rd, I believe. And so the young people that come to the youth summit get in for free.
Oh, that's cool.
Also, of course, all of the youth that are marching in the parade, most of them are in middle school, high school. They're already being there, so they can.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So anybody who wants to go to the college fair and not have to buy their child ticket, they go to the youth summit
on Thursday.
Okay. So on Sunday, that zone is the Afro Peak.
No, Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday. It's the Afro Beats Amapiano zone.
Yeah. Afro Beats zone.
Yes. Yes.
Cool. No, that's cool.
But OhioBlackExpo.com though
has all the itinerary.
OhioBlackExpo.com.
Ohio Expo.
Yep.
OhioBlackExpo.com for the full schedule.
Alka Living. Just real quick. So our sister Millicent with Alka Living, she's having
health and wellness workshop. Health and vitality.
Yeah, it's not really even a workshop. Yeah. It's
like a seminar.
No, there is going to be some empowerment speeches, but she's also having a yoga session, a sound bath. Yes, it's going to be beautiful and amazing.
I keep hearing about the sound bath.
With
Malik. And,
Willoughby.
I've experienced it. Have y'all experienced it?
Yeah, we have one at home.
Really?
Hey, feel that vibration.
I'm telling you.
Energy.
Healing and that stuff.
Yeah. Oh no, it's cool.
And then we have the State of Black Ohio on Friday, which is hosted by the State of Ohio Collective, and at the Junto. That's our host hotel.
And a networking mixer.
Yes.
In which not Sadai X.
Sadai
X and Brother J are going to be present at the networking mixers from 5 to 9 at the Junto.
5 to 9, definitely.
Yeah.
With Flavor 91 serving food.
Shout out to Flavor 91.
Hey,
No, it's going down. I'm looking at the schedule.
Water
it's
Ice
giveaways
Shop
and
Water Ice Shop.
Yeah, I mean and shout out to DJ Crate Diggers on the list.
It's
so much.
The beverages that will be served.
The adult beverages.
The adult beverages are black. Well, all of them, really.
Yeah, all of them. Yeah.
Black owned. So you go to most festivals, you're getting the Budweisers and all that. We ain't doing that.
No.
So we have craft beer, we have the wines, we have the
beer.
ciders, and it's going to be all Black produced.
Yeah, and it has
Y'all
been
are
for
not
the
playing
first 2
games.
years. It was that was the only adult beverage.
You didn't see that last year?
No, I didn't.
Oh yeah.
We were
That's
busy.
all-
But man, listen, I barely got any sleep last
Right,
year.
yeah. You guys are working.
But I said, let me get up there at 7. But no,
Yeah.
this is so exciting. I'm looking at the schedule again. It's so many activities, and it's just so
Family.
much
We have the Root Family Zone. Sorry, we have some family
yeah.
So you
activities
gonna
out
keep
there
going.
too.
Shout out to Root.
Shout
Shout out to Root.
Big shout out to Root. Huge shout out to Root. For
Root-
those of you that don't know about Root, it's restoring our own through transformation. And I believe it's a rootrj.org. But they are a maternal health justice organization. They really fight for the rights of Black mothers, and they have a 0% mortality rate.
Ohio
Have
has
served
one of the
over
highest
700 families.
mortality rates for Black
Yeah.
mothers and
Oh,
babies. Columbus in particular.
But they
And
they
Root
have
is-
supported us from
yeah.
year one, and I mean financially. How often is it that a Black nonprofit organization or a Black organization is willing to put heavy weight behind another organization? And so it's really a beautiful thing, and that again is what we have to do: continue to support each other.
Yep.
Absolutely. Well, I'm excited about the goal and the purpose behind, this work that you all are putting in. And I can tell that you love what you do.
For sure.
Yeah.
And so I want to know about Black love between y'all. Okay, let's switch gears because I believe that it translates, like it spills over. Like, we talking about date night off
Yes.
camera. And so let's talk about that. So do you feel that because you guys are connected, it's what fuels everything, the passion that you have for the work that you do?
I do.
Talk a little bit about that.
I
Let's
mean,
talk about Black love
The
real
first
quick.
thing I have to say
Yeah.
is, I wish everybody. Don't get me to start crying, but
No,
I wish
it's
every.
okay. This is a safe space for
I
it.
wish everybody had the love that we have. I wish every being on this planet had this type of love, because I really feel like it would be a different place. I really feel like so much of the violence, so much of the despair, all of these things that, are suffered around the world, I just feel like it would be better. The hate. You don't have room, you don't have time for hate when your life is filled with love. And I wish that. I wish that for everybody.
Yeah.
This is a
This is my baby
phenomenal.
right here.
I mean,
This is my-
he's phenomenal.
Yeah.
He's phenomenal. He is a phenomenal man just by himself. I said in our wedding vows, I'll never forget. I said, it's an honor just to know him. Wow. It's an honor just to.
That's
I
powerful.
really feel that way because of the man that he is. But then he's my husband. I get to wake up every day next to him. I mean, God is amazing.
Yeah. And
God is amazing.
this is my queen. This is my queen. I respect her with all my heart, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think our love for each other does spill over into our love for community, just because we understand what real love looks like. And that is not always perfect, but if it's what's underneath, everything is going to fall into place. Everything is going to work, And so that I feel like that's what we need as a people. We're not always all going to get along. We're not a monolith.
Right.
At all. We
Even
have
even as
varying
couples,
opinions,
we have
couples.
different opinions. Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
like, yo, what are you talking
But
about?
it's the respect
Nah, yeah, it's
underneath
respect,
it all
yeah.
that allows us to come to a common ground.
Yeah.
He may feel strongly about a particular thing. I may feel strongly about a particular thing. And at some point, because of our respect for each other, one of us is going to step back and say, okay, you know what? I see how strongly you feel about that. And that's
yeah.
that underlying respect.
But for the major things in our life, we are generally aligned on
Yeah,
the same page.
We're very strong.
And have been from day one.
Yeah.
And so, this is my friend. This is my Well, I said you was my road dog.
Yeah. He always says that to me.
Yeah.
Even now, he always says that to me. Thanks for being my road dog. Because,
Yeah, I mean,
sometimes we'll go, one of us has to go somewhere and we don't feel like it.
Right,
But,
right.
It's like, let me go.
Like, you take
She'll
the
be
meeting.
there.
No, you take me. Right.
Yeah.
No, I think that's so cool, man. Y'all are just adorable. I just love y'all so much.
Oh,
Y'all are
thank
doing your
you.
thing.
I mean,
and-
shoot.
I feel the same about
about
same
y'all.
about
Yeah,
y'all.
you and Charles, man. Yeah,
for
it's a
sure.
beautiful thing. And you know
beautiful
what? There's more of this out there than what
There's a
people
lot more.
want to recognize.
Yes.
You know.
Yes. We're actually working on something.
So
I'm
we
keeping
can
it
talk.
under wraps.
We can talk about our parents.
Yeah.
Our parents.
You know
Yeah.
how we were raised. My parents have
Yes.
been married over 50 years.
Shout out to them.
53, I think.
Yeah,
53
my
now.
grandparents on both sides
Yeah.
were married over 50.
So you've been
Yes.
a family guy.
You
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Right.
I got aunts and uncles been married a long time.
Yeah.
Right.
And so
Yeah.
it's
The
part of
example.
yeah.
Shout out to the Hamiltons.
But
Hey,
listen,
it's-
now on the Robinson side, my
Okay,
maiden name is
Robinsons.
Robinson. So
Yeah.
my shout out to my parents in their heavenly place. But my father grew up in a broken household. Okay, his father was a numbers runner in New York back in the day. that was the equivalent of the weed man. Okay, so
Okay,
it
so
was
like when the Cap Calloway days.
yes,
Or with the,
yes.
yeah.
My dad was born in 1933. His dad was, and he grew up in Harlem, and his dad was a numbers runner. So anybody, what's
Harlem
the show
Nights.
we like? What's the show we like?
What's that?
Godfather of Harlem.
Godfather. Yeah.
Okay, so that was my
that-
not my dad. I mean my grandfather.
So not Mickey Barnes era, but Bumpy
Bumpy
Johnson. Era.
Johnson. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, it's somewhere in between there. Because again, my dad was born in 33. So it would have been in the 40s. Some of the memories my dad has about going to an Italian restaurant where, all this mafioso stuff was going on. And it was my grandfather, and they're saying, this is my boy. And, anyway, long story short.
No, listen. You got to come back. You got to do that episode.
Well,
Yes.
Because that's an episode in itself.
It
And
is.
but I
That'd be
want to
dope
say,
to know about.
a lot of people might remember her dad because he was the guy who did Rich Black Thoughts on
Right.
the radio.
Yeah,
here
for
in
people that
Columbus.
are from Columbus,
yeah,
he had
you
a
would know he
radio
did he
segment.
had a segment called Rich Black Thoughts that would come
Wow.
on
So he's a
every
legend in
morning.
Columbus.
He's
He
a
is
legend
a
in
legend.
Columbus because
He's a
he had
legend.
this really
that deep voice.
Yeah.
And when I
You
found
heard it
out
before?
that
I heard about it.
Okay.
Yeah. And
when
I
I
heard,
found out that she was his daughter, I was like, oh, this is a keeper right here. Boy.
Yeah.
I see her. Yeah.
No, I heard about him. I used to work in the barbershop, and they would talk
Okay.
about the voice of the brother who hosted.
That's him.
Yeah,
That's
so
him.
he would take the news of the day because it was a daily segment, like 3 minutes or so. He would take the news of the day and say, "Okay, this is what they're telling you on the news. This is what it means to us, or this is what we need to be doing about that." So anyway, but my mom and dad are from New York. They moved here in the 60s. They were together for I think about 20 years, maybe 21, and they split. But they still loved each other. Now I'm getting teary-eyed again.
No, it's okay.
So they, although they split, my mom said, we're going to move. He said that about myself and my mom. My brother he was grown. He had already moved out. And my dad said to her, he was, it was like a punch in the stomach. He kind of put his head down. But then he said, as long as we can still be friends. Wow. So from then on, even when my brother and I got married, started to have our families, we still would come together for all of the holidays. And it didn't have to be that way. We were all grown, but there was never a situation where my parents didn't consider each other family,
Right.
even after. So
We
you
both
can still,
come.
it's
Yeah,
still
family
possible.
is family
it's
is
still
im-
possible. that-
family is
Prioritize
important.
even if you
yeah.
split.
We just
Yes.
came. We came from Cincinnati yesterday to see family. Actually, shout out to Lebanon. Ohio. Uncle Mickey just turned 80 years old.
Shouts to Uncle Mickey.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
yeah,
That's
so
cool.
So it's that it's the love piece.
It's powerful.
If you can just put
But it
love,
explains why
respect,
y'all do
communication,
business the way you do too.
yeah,
Because you prioritize what's important to you. And so it reflects in everything that y'all do. I mean, to me,
yeah.
like I
thank
look
you.
for people like that because they're hard to find. Y'all are rare types.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah.
but
Appreciate it. Yeah,
but at the
appreciate it.
same time,
Yeah.
it's not as rare as we think. What
Yeah.
happens is it's not on display.
Right.
There's always this constant move, to highlight the negative aspects of our community. That exists among all people, though.
Right.
I don't care where you're from. You could be white, black, purple, green, orange, or otherwise. Everybody has parts of their community that they're not proud of.
Right. It's backstabbers
but for
and
us,
slack talkers in every group.
Yes.
Right.
But for us, that's elevated. We were just talking about, one of the posts we have about I don't know if it's Brand Nubian or X-Clan, but people were kind of jumping in the comments like, this is what hip hop really is. Like, it flipped. But that people don't realize 80s. That flip was intentional.
Yes, it was.
The message was coming.
Our artists were
industrial complex was growing at the time.
The message was coming strong, man.
Yeah.
You think about some of the artists that we
had to break it up.
I mean, we had other artists that were on the other side, but there was balance.
Yeah.
Now there's not
they
a lot
prioritized
of
the
balance.
negative, toxic. They weaponized the music.
Yes.
And
Absolutely.
so we can tell that now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, because we came up through the eras of like X-Clan and Public Enemy.
Yes.
And,
right.
You know, and I was saying to a friend, I was like, one of the first, I want to say it was KRS, You Must Learn. I learned about so much.
You learn
from that song.
You learned a lot.
And then I finally found a rope with the Africa medallion
Right.
on it. And I found a fez at the flea market. I said, okay, this is me. I finally found my people.
Listen.
Because of this
Look at what I'm pulling out.
You know what? Let me have
Look at what I'm pulling out. Hey, but this is how, as a small town brother growing up in Piqua, Ohio. Shout out to Piqua.
Look what Butch keeps in his pocket, y'all.
Yeah.
We talking about Black Expo.
It's hanging.
It's hanging in the car.
It hangs on my truck. It hangs on my truck. But that, you know what that's from? That's from
with the key.
The Dayton Black Cultural Festival
with the key.
From back in the 1980s.
No, you didn't.
I used to wear that in high school.
And you keep this in your pocket.
It's in my truck. It's in my truck.
But let me ask you about your haircut with this on.
Okay.
The high top. He had the high top, and then had the slope. Little
with the
part.
Little
part. Oh, for sure.
I bet you was killing the game.
I was decent. I had to learn how to cut my hair and Piqua. I ain't had no
Let's
barber.
talk about the outfit, though.
The outfit.
Because listen, this right here.
Well, now I just had I didn't have a lot. I had some, hey, real talk. I had hand-me-downs. It was hand-me-down action. Hey, people don't know this, but it was real. I had hand-me-downs in high school.
Listen,
in high school, but I had that
look
medallion.
At what Butch Hamilton keeps in his pocket.
But understand where this brother's from, though. He's from Piqua, Ohio.
Yeah, Piqua. Yeah, it's all good. So my dad was an African American history teacher.
Okay.
For 30 straight years in Piqua.
Shouts to Dad.
He's a graduate of Central State. Shout out to Central State University. All right.
Go Monsters.
But yeah, so I was raised to know my history and my culture.
Yes, sir.
So it's a powerful thing,
and I was too. Really, we talked about Eyes on the Prize. I mean, I can remember when I was little, we had the projector. You used to be able to rent the projector from the library, and my parents would get the projector, and we would sit in the living room with the projector shining on the wall. Eyes on the Prize. That was before. Yeah. You easily had. I'm telling my age. Videotapes. No. You couldn't get videotapes. Kids don't even know the videotapes, so they're they don't even know what DVDs are. But anyway,
it was a different era.
Yeah, we had the reel-to-reel Eyes on the Prize.
Now, we grew up
in my living room, shining on the wall because they weren't teaching it in school.
Yeah,
but my parents knew how important that was.
Right. Listen, because those parents, they came up like my dad. We had to sit down and watch the Phil Donahue show. After 60 minutes. My dad would tell us before he put on, be like, I want y'all to know who y'all about to watch. You're about to watch Dr. Khalid Muhammad.
There you go. There you go.
Right here, y'all sit on the carpet, and we're gonna see him go at it with these racists that are gonna be in the audience.
Yes.
And then after that, we're gonna talk about what you all learned and what you watched.
That's right.
And
that's
it.
We had the same
thing.
My
pops took me down to see Jawanza Kunjufu.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
So I can
you
remember.
You got to see him speak live?
As a fourth grader.
Wow.
I can remember that. And this was around the same time he had his book called Conspiracy to Destroy Black Boys. And that book was about how black boys in the fourth grade That's when they started going downhill.
Yeah. And it's the same today.
And it prompted me to go into education.
And so that's planted the seed.
It planted the
and
seed.
You're an education kind of brother. Yeah, man.
Yeah. So shout out to Afrocentric. That's where I started my career here in Columbus.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
oh,
for sure.
Man.
For sure.
Now, this is why I think, and just discussing all this, I think it shows the depth of your souls and why the expo has been so successful is because you guys really care.
There are
You're
layers.
rooted in this culture and rooted in Black success and rooted in Black excellence and rooted
thank you.
in pushing the very best of us forward.
Because we want everybody to win. We want everybody to win.
Yeah, and then you guys, one thing I have to say this about you guys, this is a little bit personal, but you guys speak the names that rooms that we're not in, and we've benefited from you. I'm not going to get emotional too, but being around, sometimes Black folks in certain spaces can be competitive, and they want to see you doing good, just not as good as them.
Right.
Or they would say, okay, well, I'll share it tomorrow. I'll share your podcast, or I'll share that your book is out, or whatever. And you'll hear it, people make promises, but you all mean what you say. I'm not going well up. You mean what you say, and you say what you mean because of your roots and what your values are a direct reflection of what you're about, and you guys literally stand on the business of what you are about. And I just really believe in what you're doing. I'm sorry, my voice is starting to shake a little bit because I've been stabbed in the back so many times, and
it's
I've
real.
been around people who make promises.
Right.
And I've been in spaces where people want to see you win just enough, but not go up higher than whatever they got going on.
When
and
you
guys
win,
are just not cut like that.
When you win, we all win.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
and you
so
guys
we
don't
all
compete. You guys literally I'm not running next to you. I'm trying to make sure we both make it. We both got pails of water.
You know
We're
what?
both
Speaking of
struggling.
that, speaking of that, I have this wristband on. This is it's called Go All Black. We went to a event ran by COAC, Central Ohio African American Chamber of Commerce, and the work they're doing is phenomenal. And so it just says any organization, any group, any individual that's about empowering our people, we're here for it. We want to support that. 100%. So that's what it's about.
And the thing is, I have this analogy, and I'm a graphic designer and video editor, all that. I keep saying I'm going to create this animation, but the saying crabs in a barrel, right? So we're all in the barrel, quite honestly. And there are some of us that are getting close to the top, but a lot of the people that are doing well, we consider it to be crumbs. We talked about this from a career standpoint where, they're giving you employee of the month, but they're giving everybody else over here bonuses, even though you're doing all the hard work.
That's
so
right.
But anyway, long story short, the crabs in the barrel, that analogy is how, you pull each other down trying to get out the barrel. But what happens when the crabs line up and stand on each other and then reach back and pull so the next one? We can be crabs in the barrel, but we need to help each other get out. We all can get out if we just keep reaching back and pulling each other up. Now I get here and you're back there, and I help you get on my shoulders. Now you reach back and eventually I'm gonna need you to help bring me back up, because we're not always gonna be up.
Exactly.
But if we just are committed again to the collaboration, what our people so often will say, "Oh, I see you doing that. Psh, I could do it better." Why do we automatically go to that? There's enough out here for everybody. You know what? If I'm in this business and I do this, and you say, you know what, I'd like to do that too. You start it too. Let's help each other. Let's help each other. Let's mentor each other. And then when there's a big project, let's collab and do it together. Why not? If there's 5 Black businesses that all do the same thing, let's collab and get a bigger contract.
Right. Exactly.
Why aren't we thinking like that? Why are we automatically thinking, well, I can do that better? Why? We have to change that mentality. We have to.
Right, because it's overdue for that mindset to change, because those of us who know, those of us in the community, we're thinkers and we're shakers and movers. We see it for what it is.
Yeah.
But we're the ones that look crazy sometimes,
Yeah.
you know, and they're like, oh Lord, here they come with all their positivity and unity talk. And I'm like, I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to change. I see what could happen.
Yeah, you gotta lead by
if
example.
we came together like a nuclear bomb, like a missile,
But-
like it would
got-
be so powerful,
Yeah.
but we got to
But we-
continue.
And that work is happening
reach
right
out.
here. It's happening.
It's
I can feel a lot of synergy
I do
in
too.
Central Ohio, in Ohio. People are starting to come together. There's 1.7 million Black residents in Ohio.
In Ohio.
1.7 million.
That's
So
a lot of people.
300, almost 400,000 just here in
Central Ohio.
Columbus area.
In Central Ohio.
So
Yeah, I mean that's a lot, and you know, one of the things that's I think going to happen off of this affirmative action piece and the attack on DEI and all of that is, guess what it's going to do? It's going to force us back together.
Force us to come together, and that's what
So
we need to be.
my
That's what
mom
we need.
always taught me, you know, to be
That's how it
positive, to
was
look
in
at
the
the
old
glass
school.
as half
Yeah.
full instead of half empty.
Yeah.
So yes, there are attacks on these things that are put into place to, you know, quote unquote help us. But, you know, I'm one of those people that says I'm not 100% sure integration was the best thing for us.
You know what?
Listen,
So
listen.
this is gonna force us back
The
together.
hotels,
all that
the
stuff went away,
restaurants.
right?
And
A lot
I
of that
saw,
stuff
and
went
I
away.
saw a meme. It just said, "So you mean to tell me we got water hoses sprayed on us and
Right.
dogs sicked on us to eat this potato salad with
Yeah.
raisins in it?"
Hey,
And we sat at this counter.
hey,
And we got marched for freedom and rights and all this stuff, and
Hey.
we're able to sit here and eat this food
We got-
that ain't
Yeah.
even good.
we
Right.
gotta,
It ain't even tasty.
we got to
sis.
build our own institutions.
That's right.
and continue to support them.
Yeah.
Because we might have been better off. Yeah. You
Yeah.
know, and so maybe revisiting that idea
Yeah.
about coming together to build up the way it was then. Maybe the grandparents, you know, knew something we didn't.
Yeah.
But we had to like see and bump our head a little bit to see our power
Yeah.
for what it actually
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
Otherwise, it might not have happened the way
Yeah.
it's happening now.
Yes.
So you guys are actually revolutionaries in the work that you're doing when you think about it.
I mean,
guys are- you guys are
we're
really-
following. Yeah, we're following on.
No, it's
following some
coming
footsteps.
like it's very
Yeah.
powerful because
Yeah.
it seems like a movement
Yeah.
to somebody like me.
Yeah.
You know, and so I see what you're doing. I see you.
I mean, for us, it's just purpose-driven work.
Yeah.
I think the reason why we're hesitating when you say that is it's neither one of us is. I think and humility is important to us. I don't know how to say it,
Yeah.
but
you prioritize it.
yeah, I mean, really, for us, it's really about our purpose, what we feel our purpose is.
Right.
And you know how you look over the course of your life and all the various different things that you've done, the different skills that you've picked up over the years, the different relationships you've built over the years. We see the work that we're doing now as the culmination of all of that. So it really feels like we're walking in divine order. Like,
No, that's right.
this is, you know, we've
It's what we're
learned all
supposed to be
these
doing.
things.
This
We've
is what
had
we're
all
supposed
these
to be
ups
doing
and
right now.
downs and these bumps along the road in our lives. But now we are doing what all of that has prepared us for, you know? And so that excites us. That really excites us. And that, I'm telling you, we don't get much sleep, and you know, we don't do much other than this right now, but we know how important it is to set this foundation in such a way that it lasts for generations.
Correct.
And so that's why we're willing to sacrifice our time. That's why we're willing to work without salary or payment. That's why, you know, we're willing to not get sleep sometimes, because we know we've got to get this done, and we'll sleep later. Right now, we got to get this done.
It's self-sacrifice, but
Yeah.
it's a labor of love too.
It's a labor. It's a complete labor of love, you know, because again, sometimes money is your motivator or status is your motivator. You could put the two of us in the back of everything and never see our faces, and we would be fine. I have,
That's real.
you know, we only are visible because we understand that, you know, people want to know, well, who's running this thing? Who is this real? Especially when during COVID, before we were able to do the physical one, people were like, who are these people? Who's doing this? You know? So we understand it's important for people to know who we are, but we both are somewhat introverted.
It's not about being out front,
in the background.
front cameras all the time. No, it's not really about that.
It's not that at all.
It's about just really doing the work and supporting our people.
Absolutely.
Yeah, bottom line.
No, I think it's important work that you guys doing. So what would you say you love the most about the expo?
Helping our people.
About that, I like the
event. Let me focus on the event.
Yeah. Well, no, I just like people just
feeling,
coming together.
The way
the vibe. We say the food,
the music,
the vibe.
Yeah, it's the vibe. I love the vibe.
Yeah,
I love the vibe,
yeah,
and I love seeing people smiling.
Mm-hmm.
I love sometimes I'll just stand there and I'll watch people walking by and interacting with each other and hugging each other, like maybe people they haven't seen in a while.
People, it's family. You feel like you're at a family reunion straight up.
I love that.
Yeah,
that's my favorite part.
Yeah. And you're gonna bump into some folks you haven't seen in a couple years too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Rock from side to side in the hood.
Right.
Some folks from Mansfield be
what
coming
you been
down.
doing?
Right.
Like what's up? What you got going on now? I haven't seen you in 20 years.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
But I believe in what you guys are doing.
And
I'm excited about the expo.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
And so thank you so much. And I wanted to ask too, can you guys share the social media so the viewers could know where to follow and support?
Oh yeah, so we're on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok. You're trying to work that TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
YouTube. And we're still trying to start building. We haven't put focus
but it's at Black Excellence. So you look at the shirt.
At Black Excellence.
At Black Excellence.
Mm-hmm. Black Excellence. Mm-hmm. Cool.
Yeah. So you can find us there, and we love to.
And they can support.
Support.
Keep supporting.
And we do encourage everybody. There are a lot of people that travel during Memorial Day weekend, so there are a lot of people that say, "Man, I wish I could come, but I'm gonna be at a graduation, or I have a wedding, or I'll be out of town."
Donate.
So
buy some tickets to donate.
Buy some tickets for people that and donate them. Yeah. And if you don't know who to donate them to, then you can donate on our website. We do give free tickets out to those that might need them. So
shout out to COSI. So right now
shout out to COSI, Dr. Bertley and his team, Charles Hill.
We're in the process of trying to raise funds for family memberships. To COSI.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
My background's in technology. I've always loved science and math. I know the importance of it, and COSI is a big part of that.
Yeah,
I used to love going to COSI, and so there are students
for those kids
now,
that go there, just one trip can change, just how you thinking.
Yeah.
Change your
Let
life.
alone getting an annual membership, and your family can just go there anytime.
Yeah, that's powerful.
So we're putting some serious effort behind.
Yeah, Charles Hill and Dr. Bertley for sure.
Yeah, and we do want to thank. It could be a whole nother show, but shouldn't be. But we do want to thank we are getting support from the city of Columbus, Columbus City Council, and also Franklin County Board of Commissioners and the DEI department. They are supporting us, and they see the value in what we're doing. So we do have to thank them for that. I do appreciate their help.
And shout out to your cousin Jay Ross.
Shout out to Jay Ross, my cousin Jay Ross.
Some of the music acts you're seeing.
He's the man. He's super humble, but I'm like, no,
he's too humble sometimes.
He's very humble.
You better listen. I'm excited. I'm proud of you.
He's very humble. Yeah.
No, he's
my frat bro.
Yeah, he's the man. He's the man.
I'm 5 in the house.
Yeah. And I want to thank also the State of Ohio Collective.
Yeah.
They've been very supportive, and it's an organization, a statewide organization that is focused on education, health, economic development, tech, the arts, sacred sector, a lot of things, and working on a 50-year plan. So we don't look up, when the 50-year anniversary came from the civil rights movement, I think a lot of us were like, oh, snap, it's been 50 years and we still haven't got stuff together. So we have to be intentional about where do we want to be 50 years from now. Like we have to be intentional and set those steps. So that's what the collective is doing.
Absolutely. Well, we're excited for everything you guys have going on. I believe in what you're doing. I'm excited about what you're doing. And thank you so
we
much.
appreciate y'all's platform. Yeah. This platform is powerful. So
thank
what
you,
you and Charles are
We're
doing.
excited to see it grow.
Thank you, King.
Yeah.
Thank you, Queen.
The Queen's,
the
Queen's Address podcast, y'all. Hey, this is powerful.
I thank you so much for that, Butch.
Yeah.
And so
support, like, subscribe. I'm going to say it for you. What's all the things?
Yeah.
Like,
support,
subscribe,
yeah,
share,
for
all
sure.
that.
I mean, because of the topics that you covered. I mean, I saw Brother Kahari
and Brother Donnell.
Brother Donnell.
I didn't see that one yet.
I mean, I've been seeing a lot of people I know. A lot of people I know on there.
I welcome it.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's powerful.
I'm like, come on,
reparations,
I don't care.
all talk about all that.
Yeah.
It's more to come.
Yeah.
We're about to start shooting season 2 soon. Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah.
And so
definitely
thank you
support.
guys, man. We appreciate y'all.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Much love to y'all.
We love you back.
Much love you.
And I'm just so proud.
Yeah.
To even, like you said, I'm proud to know y'all.
For the same.
Thank you.
You know, and just to be able to be in the same space with you guys. And so thank you so much.
Thank you
For being on the show today.
OhioBlackExpo.com.
What did we say?
OhioBlackExpo.com.
Yes.
We're going to put on the bottom of the
Or
screen.
just Google it. Sometimes people, they think the search bar is, just type Ohio Black Expo. You'll find it.
OhioBlackExpo.com. And you can get tickets as well.
Yes. Get tickets early.
Early.
Because the ticket price goes up at the gate.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So we want everybody to get their tickets early. Don't wait. Children 10 and children 10 and under are free.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much. And I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Peace King, peace Queen, and we'll catch you later.